Hi, darlings. It's Robin here. Hey, guys, thanks for joining me today. So I'm going to talk about keeping your head on straight in a very chaotic environment that we call our world, okay? So I know that tons of you are stressed out. I do get messages from you guys, and I can see it in your comments and whatever social media platforms I'm on. And just being out in the world, like, let me know if this resonates with you, because there's a lot of hectic energy, very negative, and it can really impact us. So the biggest favor that we can do ourselves is to stay calm, right? And be able to breathe and not like go crazy, lose your mind, like feel like you're going insane. So it's a really intrinsic part of your spiritual life to be thinking straight with a calm mind and to see beyond your current circumstances to where you want to be. And if you're super stressed out, you're probably going to have little hiccups or huge ones in your ascension path or just in your daily life, right? So let's talk about a few things that help me out. You guys, you can let me know in the comments what helps you, okay? So the number one thing here that I've got is to meditate, okay? So if you notice that you are not doing that great with your anger levels, like if you're feeling like hair trigger temper, just really want to go off on people, which is, I get it, I'm an Aries, you know what I mean? So this is a sign that you probably need to meditate a little bit more. And who was it? I'm not sure which guide. I read a quote that says that sleep is the best meditation. So if you're not a sit down and meditate type of person, make sure that you're getting really good sleep. I listen to an Arcturian sound bath when I'm sleeping, and it reduces negative energy and negative thoughts. I mean, they're going to creep in, you guys, but it's all about how we handle them. Yoga can be a meditation. Walking can be a meditation. Laying in the bath, that could be a meditation. Sitting by water is a meditation. It's just something that is going to distract your thoughts, okay? And get you into that center of feeling peaceful, because that's where we all deserve to be. Okay, so the second point I have here for you guys is to rise above morons. Not everybody is going to agree with you. There's a lot of very angry people out there. There are a lot of people committed to disagreeing with you. And if people are not ready to be on your wavelength, like if you've ever had a conversation with somebody about your spiritual beliefs, which can be very tricky, or any other thing, and they're on the other side of the fence and they want to have an argument. I want to talk about like people that are so committed to their political beliefs. Like, I'm not a political person. I refuse to have conversations about politics with people because they're so like just aggressively passionate about it. I'm like, I'm gone, like I'm not gonna do this, or people are just spoiling for some sort of a fight, or they just I don't know. I'm not here to have arguments with people. If people would like to have a calm discussion, I'm all about it. But the moment it starts going off the rails, I'm just gonna say, well, this is a wrap for now, and we'll come back to this or not, so really try to rise above that, because I think we have sort of this warrior spirit that wants to defend who we are, but we don't have to do that. We don't, we can just live in peace, have our own beliefs, mind our own business, rise above morons, and just keep on going with our lives, okay? It brings you a lot of peace, okay? So I really want to also recommend finding time to laugh at yourself, at life in general, just really having a good time. Like, I'm really drawn to people in my circle that have like really good sense of humor, it's so healing to laugh, and if you're having a bad day, maybe just put on a comedy or talk to somebody that that is going to make you laugh. My BFF, like, he has the best laugh ever, and one of the things that I like about him is that he likes to leave me voice memos instead of texting, and then he'll start cracking up laughing, and it just absolutely makes my day. So you can always reach out to somebody that you know is going to turn your frown upside down, as my grandmother always used to say. So the next point is going to be really, really challenging for those of us that are on a starseed mission, that are empaths, particularly light workers. It's not our job to rescue people. Okay, so you need to stop rescuing people. Obviously, unless it's life or death, right? We're not here to rescue people from their own karma. We're not here to constantly pull people out of their, I want to say, depression, whatever they've got going on. People need to figure things out for themselves to a certain extent. There's certain circumstances where I'll step in, but you got to remember soul contracts when it comes to stuff like this and stepping in and rescuing people. And sometimes people are not ready to be rescued. So it's a very slippery slope to get on if you think that I can help that person, but what if they're not ready to be helped? Like, you want to particularly think of people that are in an addiction mindset. Okay, they cannot be helped unless they're ready to help themselves. You want to maybe watch the movie 28 Days with Sandra Bullock, which is really a good example of somebody coming to terms with the fact that they need to change their life. And Lacey agrees. Okay, so I don't know if she's going to stop barking. Oh, she did. Oh, she's making a scene. Hold on, guys. Crisis averted. I don't know what was going on. I didn't get up. So anyway, she's fine. She's fine. And she says hi. So let's move on to the next point. This is the 5th point that I have for you guys. Stop expecting life to be fair. Okay. Sometimes we get the short stick. Things don't go our way. What can you do about that? It's just this mindset that it is what it is. And it seems like a very bland statement, but it can really help you change your mindset about things that are just going wrong in your life, like somebody that has less talent than you getting a promotion, somebody that is a hideous person finding a really good partner in life, or somebody that is just, you see that they have a black heart and they just have this lucky streak and everything goes their way. We're only seeing the surface of other people's lives. Okay, you don't know what they're going through on a personal level. So stop comparing yourself to other people and be grateful for what you have. Okay, so gratitude affirmations are very, very important. So always keep that in mind, you guys. I like to listen to gratitude affirmations in the morning while I'm getting ready, as well as abundance affirmations. Okay, overthinking is a huge one. Like, you guys know tarot, right? So the 8 of Swords is this prison of your own mind. And I have overactive thoughts that sometimes, this stuff all still happens to me. Like, I'm just a normal person, right? And I have my own pitfalls and struggles, and I do my best to rise above them every single day and stay on track and not let my brain run away with me. But overthinking, and I find this really happens at bedtime, when you're trying to sleep and your brain won't shut off. This is why I like the sound bath, because it's a really deep brown noise and it can help me just focus on that. Think about something else, engage yourself in a different activity, do something vigorous, get up and dance, do some singing, call somebody that's going to make you laugh. Really, you've got to distract your own mind. You have to remember that there is this thought process that is nonstop in the back of your mind all the time. So this is where meditation, it can also really come in and help, that you can just watch thoughts pass by and you can start to be the observer without actively participating in every single thing. Okay, and again, that phrase that comes in is it is what it is, and whatever will be, and your overthinking about it is not going to change the course of anything. All it's going to do is reduce you to a quivering mess, and that's not a pretty sight for anybody. Some of us have some really deep, dark shadow work to do. And a lot of us do not like to handle it. It's like wrestling with your demons. You might have to dredge up some memories that are not so wonderful. They're very painful. You've got to manage it. You've got to make a commitment to your own soul healing. And everybody has their own soul journey. A lot of us have things in common that we have to go through. But shadow work is super important. I'm going to do another video on shadow work coming up soon. So maybe that'll help you guys sort of kickstart your shadow work integration and your journey. But you can't avoid things. You just really have to sit down and say, okay, right, this is what I need to do for myself. And just find ways to do that, you know. And you can get help with doing stuff like this. You can join certain groups, or, you know, maybe get an energy or body code clearing, or just, you know, maybe if you need to go to church or attend spiritual events or do something, okay? Because it just keeps on coming back and back and back until your soul is healed, okay? A lot of us have had very damaging journeys, myself included. And it took me a long time, like into my 40s, to really get a grip on myself. You know, if you met me 20 years ago, you wouldn't meet this person. You would meet a total disaster, okay? So I really committed the past 10 to 15 years of my life to really evolving myself, and it got gritty and ugly and uncomfortable, and I cried a lot, but I don't deal with the same things in my soul, in my mind, in my heart that I did a long time ago, and I'm really proud of that. So never give up, you guys. You're still gonna have bad days, you know what I mean? You're still gonna be a hot mess, and it's okay to do that. It's okay. You have to give yourself the power and the grace to accept yourself for who you are and what it is that you're going through and what you've been through, okay? So that one's really, really important. I'm here to help you guys. That's actually why I started this channel, because I see the struggle, you know, and I hopefully some of the stuff that I talk about will resonate with you, and you'll be able to find your power, okay? Okay, so this next one, a lot of people say this is to lower your expectations, okay? Because we can plan things all day long, like any way we want to. We can have this perfect image of how we want things to go. And I used to be really bad at this, you know, expecting people to behave a certain way, expecting events to unfold in a certain way. And then when it didn't happen, I would just be beside myself, you know, but when you lower your expectations and you allow the universe to flow and work the way that it wants to, and also allow people to be who they are, it causes a lot less stress in your life, you know. You could be a lot less disappointed or fractured or shattered when people just don't turn out to be who you want them to be, okay? So this was a really important one. It seems like an easy thing to say, but if you've had a history of expecting certain things at a high level and they don't happen and you're disappointed, and then you move on to another person or a situation or a job and you still have the same sort of high expectations, and we can set really ridiculously high expectations for ourselves as well. So we got to be a lot easier on ourselves and on people, you know, and it can be really, really, really tricky. For me, that was something that I really had to work on. And it took me a long time. And it was something that I found was really upsetting when things didn't go the way that I wanted them to go. But I've gotten much better. Like all of these things, like I used to have a really difficult time with almost everything on here, especially the rescuing people thing. And stop watching the news. I cannot emphasize that enough. Stop watching the news. Stop watching the news. It's so stressful. It is designed to be that way. It's not always accurate. I think I've said this before. Fox News can only broadcast in Canada, where I live, if it has a disclaimer that says this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? So you've got to keep in mind who runs the news, who is behind everything, okay? It is meant to distract you. It is meant to keep you off balance, keep you stressed out. You know, if you want to check out certain events, by all means, like I would do an internet search on things instead of watching like a solid hour of news and like, oh, everything's so horrible, you know, because if you get in that mindset that everything is horrible, everything will be, okay? So that's just some of the stay sane tactics that, you know, I put together from my own life and my own development, and how I've gotten to a place of peace after 40 years of not being a peaceful person. And like, I'm not kidding. I was an absolute train wreck. You know, I was a hot mess. And I finally had an experience where I didn't want my life to be like that anymore. It was really devastating. And I brought it on myself. Okay. And I became absolutely aware in that moment that everything that I was doing had to change. And my journey started, like my Lightworker journey started. I became aware of a different person inside of me that I was using all these things to protect, and I'm here now. Okay, so your troubles, they can vanish just with a little bit of a different mindset. Okay, not to say that, I think I said that wrong. They're not going to vanish, but you'll view them a different way. I think it was Johnny Depp said the problem isn't the problem. The way you think about the problem is the problem. So getting your brain on track to match your soul, that is life altering. And I just saw angel number 1616, guys. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, and just stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot more discussions on spiritual journeys and shadow work, and just really like a survival guide out of the 3D matrix. Okay, so anyway, guys, sending you lots of love. I'll see you again soon. Bye.